Hi, I'm Judy Griffin, and this week we're going to work on when to act and when not to act, which is a fear of the unknown that was put into your brain before you were 4 years old, so probably at 2 or 3. And again, it's a trigger. All we know is there's a trigger when something happens and we don't know when to act or not. You may easily too easily accept what we have to instead of acting in some other way and going against the grain of people, or we may get exhausted from fighting against the grain of other people. What we're looking for here in our aroma blend is the spirituality we gain from wisdom from our experience. Okay, so we're not grading each other or ourselves, but that we gain this wisdom from going through experiences and having to make these decisions, and that we develop willpower to hold on to our principles and don't back off. That's really important. We also establish more gratitude because we learn to accept and learn from experiences. So we have a 1 ounce bottle of, I'm using jojoba oil in an amber bottle, and we're going to make a blend. You may not realize it, but aromas are the fastest way and the best way to change these kinds of fears and difficulties that each personality may encounter in their life. You may have somebody that is like, oh, I never have any trouble making decisions and this, that, and the other. Well, they might be just a little bit too arrogant. So we're looking for a balance here, and again, we're looking for the wisdom and the willpower to stand up for ourselves, and the wisdom that we gain from an experience. So we're going to start again with cedar wood. This is Texas cedar wood, so it's a very mild cedar wood, and we're using cedar wood because it is a tree, and it is a base note, which means it slowly draws out our blend so it stays longer. It doesn't just, and tomorrow your blend doesn't have any smell. No, not with cedar wood. With your base notes, it's going to hold it down. And cedar wood is very good for fortifying the will into wisdom, which is really what this is about. The symptom that the person may have is fatigue. So that's why I get into cedar wood. So we use 6 drops. I'm going to use 5 because I want to add something. We could use sandalwood or myrrh or some other calming base note, and I chose sandalwood because it just happens to be a favorite. And I just need 1 little drop. It was not a whole drop. There we go. 1 drop. Important to have something for calming in this blend because anxiety is part of this kind of fear of the unknown. So then we're going to go to our heart note, and the heart note is the message of the whole aroma blend, and we use 15 drops. Could use a little more if you like. We're going to start with geranium. And geranium helps in this particular blend for perfectionists or overworkers, people that are too busy to make a decision or to act, or everything has to be just so, or they can't act. So these sounds like excuses. I'm only going to use 2 drops because I have some other ones in our blend that I want to introduce. Geranium is good for blood sugar, for balancing or keeping the blood sugar in the right place. It definitely helps to reduce anxiety, and it's good for reproduction. We're not into that right now, but we need to keep in mind some of the physical benefits of our essential oils as we make this blend. Wait a minute. So I'm going to change this just a little bit. I'm going to come back to this one. I'm going to use ginger root because it activates willpower and determination, and you need this. You need this. I mean, we're not going to start a fight. It's just that you need this inside you. You need this. You've got grounding from the cedar wood and the sandalwood, and now we have to bring out and activate our willpower and our determination. And this is going to be 10 drops of ginger root. Ginger root dispels coldness. This is another reason you might want to use this blend. It dispels inertia, and that can come from any fear of the unknown, but it can come for other reasons too. And it helps to support the stomach and digestion. Actually, on the back, ginger works just as well as a lot of the NSAIDs for pain in the back, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. It does increase circulation, which is good, but it can increase bleeding. For some people that is not good. If you're an easy bleeder, you might want to use cinnamon bark because it's really good and it won't really increase the bleeding. So we're just going to just drop. It's cinnamon bark. You don't need a lot. Just put 1 drop in there. And then I'll go back to nutmeg, which we're going to put 3 drops in. You're going to like this. Nutmeg supports the brain in lots of ways. It helps us with choices and to help make up our mind. Perfect for us. It also reduces pain, so this is good. And then I've been combining one of our enfleurages, the Petit Fleur, and this week on this blend we're going to use a few drops of white petunia. I put 3 drops in there. I think I put 4. It's not really fragrant, and it's not a water-based blend. It is a vegetable glycerin blend, so it will easily combine in here. White petunia helps us to make decisions, and there's certain kind of people they can see both sides so easily that they really get stuck there and they can't make a decision. So white petunia helps us do that. And it helps in different brain functions too, especially in learning. I had one person that she couldn't read or spell very well, and she used white petunia, and it helped her an amazing amount. Amazing. Now, she was already an adult, but still, she should have been able to read and spell by then, but it was really difficult. So the white petunia just by itself helped her. Now we're going to go to our top note or head note, and that's usually 9 drops. The heart note is usually 15 up to 18 drops. And the high note evaporates very quickly, but it gets your attention, so you'll smell it right away, but it's small molecules. Essential oils that are top notes have small molecules, so they evaporate quicker. Once they get our attention, then they've done their job. And in this blend, we're using 9 drops of tangerine, right? And tangerine helps with rumination. That's when it just keeps going into your head and you're thinking about it, what you're going to say or what you're going to do or what's going to happen. Yes, it's excessive. And also for when we have reasons or excuses why we can't do something, because that goes along with acting. It's acting upon something. We have to do something. Last week we had to say something. This week we have to do something. And interesting, sometimes there's too many possibilities and people have a problem making a decision with that. They all sound good. Tangerine helps reduce grief. It helps to reduce shock. It helps to reduce dizziness or thinking in your head too much. So this is perfect for this blend. It also helps to reduce cellulite and stretch marks. So depending on where you put it, it can be very effective in that way. So that is our blend. And let's talk a lot about where to use this, because you do not have to, this blend is going to smell like, I don't know, gingerbread or something. It may not be one that you want to wear as a perfume. It's more medicinal in this case. So a good place to wear this would be behind the knees. I'm going by acupuncture points and acupuncture meridians. In the sacrum, which is the lowest part of your back. And remember, we've got ginger in there, so that's going to also help any pain there. Or in the lower abdomen, and that is, underneath the belly button, an inch or so. Another thing is we don't have to hold this for 3 weeks. You can, but most people will need it before then, okay? So if we can hold it at least 3 hours or overnight, it's going to be, or we made it now, today, we can maybe use some tonight and just give it a little, no shaking, just a little twist so it can blend a little bit. And it will smell even better after 3 weeks if you have any left. If you're using it every night, you might not have any left. But this builds what in different types of medicine, it's called the adrenals, the kidney willpower. And that is, it's not a diagnosis. The adrenals sit on top of your kidneys. And when your brain sends out all these messages, neurotransmitters, the only way the brain knows to stop is when the adrenal, which is sitting on top of your kidney, sends back another message, okay? Okay, it's like, okay, we got it. You can quiet your brain now, go on to something else. Or it may be some physical reason, like your thyroid hormone or your ovaries or some part of your body that has to do an action, and then the adrenals tell the brain when to stop. So I call it the adrenals are like the brains in the body. It's like a battery, really, and it gives you energy. There's 2 parts to the adrenal. One part gives you your fluid balance so you can take in your nutrition, your sodium potassium balance. Another deals with your immune system. So it's a very important part of our body, and it can deal with the kidney function too. So a lot of people say, well, if I have a little kidney trouble or whatever, can this help? Yes, it can. As far as the energy goes, okay? So I just want you to understand that and understand why you're doing it. But basically, we're starting out with a primal fear of the unknown, and we're working it into many layers of healing and benefits for us. And this would be like a tune-up for your adrenals, okay? So I'm expecting some questions, and I'll be here to answer you, and I'll see you next week. And like, share, subscribe. That's the order. Bye-bye.